Hey everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored and Teal, and welcome back to another What Sold video. These are sales on Poshmark and eBay only because I had no sales on Mercari from October 1st through October 15th of 2024. So spoiler alert, this is going to be a short video because I really didn't have a lot of sales the first 2 weeks in October, but there was a lot of things that happened. Poshmark's new fee structure came out October 3rd. I don't think that helped the situation, although I did have more sales on Poshmark than I did eBay. And I think the other reason is because I listed something technically controversial, which we will get to, but I think that eBay put like a shadow ban on me maybe so that my items weren't as easy to find. That could totally just be speculation, but that's kind of what it feels like. So again, I had no sales on Mercari, moving right along to Poshmark where I had 9 sales. The first sale was a pair of Good American jeans. These were the Good Legs crop skinny dark wash jeans. I picked these up at my local Salvation Army back in July. They only took a few months to sell and they sold for $25 with no discounted shipping. Next up is another good pair of jeans. These were from the brand Cabby. They were new with tags and they were the Boyfriend Super Destructed Wash denim jeans. I found these in the assorted brands list on ThredUp back in December of 2022, and I did pay up slightly for them. I paid around $9 for them, but they sold for $40 with no discounted shipping. And again, they were new, so that helped them sell for that higher dollar. Next up is a lot of vintage magazines. These were Ladies' Home Journal from July, August, and September of 1946. These are a free to me item, and I think I only have 1 or 2 sets of magazines left to sell from the bucket that I pulled back at my mom's house over a year ago, I think at this point. And these sold for $18 with no discounted shipping. Next up is a purse by the brand Grace Adele, and it was the Alex red quilted faux patent leather tote purse bag. This came out of a ThredUp rescue box and it sold for $15. Next up are 2 bundle sales of jewelry, which honestly never happens, and they went to the same customer. So the first bundle was a new natural stone beaded layered memory wire bracelet. This came out of my Via Trading Amazon jewelry lot. This next item also came out of that same lot. It was a Lava Rock genuine stone round beaded bracelet. Then we had a glass and natural stone chip beaded pendant necklace. It had wonderful fall colors in it. And then the last item in this bundle was a lot of fashion jewelry bracelets of all kinds. I don't think that any of them were branded, so they were all just fashion or costume pieces. And all 4 of those items sold in a bundle for $42.40 with no discounted shipping. And now for the next bundle, which had a few more pieces in it than the first bundle did. The first item in this bundle was an S initial dainty asymmetrical gold tone necklace. The next item was a J. Crew black glass round beaded necklace. This was actually a very long necklace, so you could definitely double it and make it like a layered look. Then there was a new with tags vintage faux stone plastic round necklace. Then we had a lot of 2 purple swirl glass and seed bead necklaces. Then we had a pink rose quartz rectangle pendant necklace. And the last item in the bundle was a light blue glass beaded silver tone necklace. So this was the necklace lot. And all of these sold together in a bundle for $60, even with no discounted shipping. The next item to sell was a vintage 1950 Living Together in Pennsylvania hardcover book by Genevieve Bowen. This was a free to me item and it sold for $7 with no discounted shipping. The next sale was an item that came out of a ThredUp designer rescue box of flawed items. This particular item had a couple of holes on the side sleeve. So I did an upcycle and got these really cute flower patches and ironed them on the side to hide the holes. This was a Cara, and that's Caara Canosa 100% Tencel brown short sleeve tie-waisted romper. Super cute. It very much reminded me of either like going camping or being on a safari in Africa, something like that. And it sold for $25 with no discounted shipping. And the last item to sell on Poshmark is the controversial item that I was mentioning in the beginning of this video. I did think about skipping this item altogether and not telling you all, but I didn't think that that was fair. And I'm always honest with my numbers and everything like that. So this is an item that is considered Black Americana. It was a vintage cast iron Aunt Jemima coin bank. It had no brands, no markings or anything like that, but it was definitely vintage. It did belong to my mom. I don't know why my mom liked to collect these types of items, but she did. It's basically my whole life I've known her collecting these types of items. Thankfully, I only took this and another item. It's a big cookie jar that's shaped like Aunt Jemima. Those are the only two items that I took from her house to sell. So there are certain things in the Black Americana category that you cannot list. And Aunt Jemima themed items are one of those. So I tried to cross post both of the items that I had mentioned, this cast iron bank and the cookie jar, on all three platforms. And twice Mercari and eBay shut them down and said, no, you can't. So that's why I think I had less sales on eBay, because I think they kind of shadow banned me. They didn't say that they were going to in the email that they sent, but it is a little coincidental with the timing of my lack of sales and listing these items. Mercari basically just said this item is prohibited and you cannot list it, but Poshmark didn't say a thing. The reason why I decided to list these items on all three platforms is because I know that there are collectors out there, like my mom, and there are other people who are collecting it because it's no longer Aunt Jemima. It is now Pearl Milling Company or something. I'll put exactly what it is up here. I can't remember what it changed to. I haven't bought syrup in a long time, but that is why I decided to list it. This sold for $59. There was no shipping discounts. Now, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong to list. And me as a seller, I'm okay with selling most things because I know that there's eventually a buyer or there's a collector out there that wants this type of item. So that is why I decided to list it. So of my 9 Poshmark sales, I made $291.40. There was $45.31 in fees, giving me a profit of $246.09. And my average sales price for each item that sold was $32.38. And since I mentioned the new fee structure in my last What Sold video, I'm going to mention the fact that the new fee structure is gone in this video. Poshmark has reverted back to its 20% off fee and is no longer the 5.99% with the 123 fee and then the buyer protection fee. All of that is gone. It is just the straight 20% or $295 under $15. They reverted back to the 20% fee on October 24th, and I'm kind of bummed about it because I kind of like the new fee structure. I definitely had less fees coming out of my pocket and more money into my bank account. So hopefully Poshmark in the future will find a middle ground in between the 20% and the $5.99 and 123 fee. It was confusing, I will admit that. So moving on to eBay, where I had 5 sales. The first sale was a Talbot's apple print green and white roll tab sleeve popover blouse. It was a size 2. This is a super old item from my inventory from 2019. It sold for $11.99. I did recently take this out, rephotograph it, and I actually had to stain treat it too because of it sitting in a bin for almost 5 years. It had some yellowing under the armpits, so I did a borax soak and the yellowing came out, and I'm happy that a super old item finally sold. Next up is a Studio One red faux suede button front box pleated jacket or blazer. It was a size 16, very soft fabric, very lightweight as well. This was my mom's and it sold for $11. Next up is another super old item I've had for a long time. I don't think as long as 2019, but it's definitely one of my earlier jewelry pieces that I unboxed from my various unboxings. This was a 2028 faceted amber and yellow rhinestone bronze thin chain wide drop necklace, and it finally sold for $10.19. Next, we have a wide multicolored buttons, elastic stretch, faux leather twist lock buckle belt. This thing was pretty wide, and someone took buttons, just random buttons from like a button jar, and sewed them all on individually. It came out of a Shop Goodwill belt unboxing that I did a while ago, and it sold for $10.75. And the last item to sell is another super old item from 2019. It was by the brand Macintosh, and it was a New England nautical historical map themed scarf. It was in a long rectangle shape, and it sold for $7. So of my 5 eBay sales, I had $50.93 in sales. I made a shipping profit of $8.07. The fees were $14.26, giving me a profit of $44.74. I'm laughing because that is just such a sad number. In fact, my payout from eBay for the past like 3 weeks have been under $50. So I don't know what's going on over there. And my average sales price for each item that sold was $10.19. Moving on to my total numbers from October 1st through October 15th of 2024, I had a total of 14 sales on Poshmark and eBay only. I made $342.33 in sales, $51.50 in fees. My cost of goods was $55.13, giving me a net profit of $235.70. And my average cost of goods for each item that sold was $3.94. Well, that concludes another What Sold video on my channel. Thank you so much for always tuning in and watching. If you want to give it a thumbs up, that would be great. And if you're not subscribed yet and you like these What Sold videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We would love to have you here. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.